Boundaries are the most crucial ingredient when dealing with inner peace and keeping your inner peace. Boundaries have a connotation of keeping people out or keeping people at a distance as a way of not liking them. But I believe that a crucial and a most important ingredient with inner peace is boundaries. Boundaries are like fences. They are not to keep people out. They are to keep your inner peace in. So your inner self and your internal world are extremely sacred. So if you feel in any way that someone is crossing the line with you or making you feel uncomfortable or making you doubt yourself, that is a sign that a boundary should be embraced or made. So boundaries are not only to keep your inner peace, but it is also to show people what you can and cannot do. There are people that were not raised with proper boundaries, so they're not going to know what's good and what's not. Now, there will be a boundary when you are not able to, it's not your job necessarily to teach people boundaries over and over again, but you can embrace them with other people. So boundaries are anything from emotional boundaries, as in I don't like the way that you talk to me, or physical boundaries. They are mental boundaries, basically anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or that is entering your inner domain or inner sacredness, that makes you feel uncomfortable, or you feel generally that someone is crossing a line. A lot of people realize this early on, but if you consider yourself a really nice person or didn't grow up with boundaries or don't know what they are going to feel very foreign to you because they're going to feel like mean or rude to other people. So a general guideline that I use is when someone does not respect my boundary or makes me feel guilty for drawing any kind of line, that is a red flag that I should probably continue to make this boundary. And for some people, it's not their fault that they don't know what a boundary is, or they have been told that boundaries are bad, or that you're not a loving person. But you will not be a genuinely loving person or a generally kind person if you don't set boundaries, because you're going to be completely strung out and you're going to start blaming other people. So another rule that I use when making boundaries is I don't want to say I always do this, but I try my best to always ask myself, do I really want to say yes to this? Like if somebody asks me, do I want to go to the movies? Now, even if I go to the movies with someone, I always tell them I don't really want to authentically or really be here, but I want to go because I want to spend time with you, or I want to make you happy. So even if I feel like I can't make that jump of saying, no, I don't want to go to the movies, I always like to be authentic and genuine with people. That's something that's really important to me because I really value my honesty with other people, and people will trust you more when you are honest and genuine with them. So I did do a video that it's called 5 Rules That I Use When Meeting New People, and I use those 5 rules pretty religiously because it's really something that has worked for me. And basically it's about boundaries with people and safe people and unhealthy people. So a lot of times people don't realize that they're crossing boundaries because they grew up in a household that doesn't really respect lines with either their parents or siblings or family members, and it kind of gathers into their everyday life. So they're not used to someone setting boundaries. It's going to feel kind of off-putting. So people also, I like to remind myself, are not fragile. They might act fragile, and that might be a manipulation tactic, that when people kind of act kind of vulnerable and fragile, they have either learned that tactic or they use it as a manipulation tactic to get you to feel sorry for them or to manipulate you in some way. But people are not fragile. We are extremely we are extremely intelligent. It's just a matter of how aware you are of what is going on. So people that don't respect your boundaries are going to make you feel guilty for setting them. They're going to kind of give you excuses as to why you shouldn't have this internal boundary to protect your inner peace. And I want to personally ask myself, why does this person not want me to have this inner peace? Or why does this person not want me to set this boundary? What does it have to do with them? Or what are they not going to get out of it? And I feel like sometimes maybe people don't think that way, but I personally believe that inner peace and boundaries have to go together, and the more inner peace that you have, the more less pain you will have to project on other people, and you will authentically and genuinely be a loving and kind person, because now you're able to give out of the kindness of your heart instead of out of obligation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Monday, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.